You know, I don't think we have an equivalent of Carol of the Bells in Russia. I think it's because we don't really like associating our holidays with something low-key horrifying. What is up, the world of the living? My name is BluJayGames. Welcome back to Truly Bedrock. Yes, my friends, it's been quite a while, and exactly why it's been a while you can check out in my vlog on this topic, which is a previous video on this channel. But we are back, and we are back in full force. Quick thing, throughout this video you might hear the dogs barking in the background. I'm sorry, I had my window open. If I wouldn't, I would have suffocated in my recording studio. Last time we've been here, I've been working on the Prancus Mansion project, and today, I basically have figured it out. We're finishing this, we're getting this done, and we're running some players through it. It's just you wait. So, what ultimately is the Prancus Mansion project? And friends, it's quite simple. It's quite stupid actually when you really think about it. This here is essentially a puzzle map put together in survival and just waiting to be figured out. So, let's go through the things that I have already figured out. For one, once the players are in, I will disappear into this painting here. Drop in, drop down through that particular bit, and if you see, there is a piece of string down there. Well, once that string is, once an entity has crossed that string, these doors will close down and the painting will not be accessible anymore. This is not the way the players are intended to solve this. They will have to find their own way, and while finding their own way, they will have all sorts of bizarre problems. For one, you are a player, you are in here and you know that I went there. What do you think? You think, aha, I see a piston there. And the piston leads somewhere in a bizarre room underneath. You notice this piece of string and you realize, aha, that's probably how he activated it. So you go face first into that piece of string, which I'm not gonna do. Because, my friends, if you do that, turns out around 5 to 6 baby zombies will fall out of the chimney on top of you and will rapidly start devouring your face. You can hear them. They are inside of the chimney. You can still hear them, and they are absolutely delight, and they were so hard to catch and put there. But that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it comes later. Alright, the piston here, entirely a red herring. It's just there for giggles. You are not supposed to ever figure out how it opens. But maybe the player will not realize that and think, aha, so the string was obviously a red herring, a dud, a trap. But right here, I can see several levers. And this lever has the letter D on top of it, this has the letter 3 on top of it, this is the letter B, this is the letter A. I wonder if certain combination of them will solve this. But as a very player, you realize if you start inputting just any combination, well, that's not gonna do any good to anyone. So you travel across the entire corridor and you find yourself these signs: 3ADB, AB3D, and the D is in Russian. What could this mean? Go ahead, ponder on this, figure it out. There are no wrong answers here. Actually, there are no right answers here. These levers are not hooked up to any sort of lock. All they do, my friends, is once one of them is flicked, these skeletons open up and start shooting you. And no matter what you do, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at my own joke, but I find this hilarious. No matter what you do, these skeletons will not go away. So if you pull a single lever, all you're actually doing is triggering these pistons over here and, yeah, freeing the skeletons to shoot at your ankles until you get tired of them and, you know, until you get tired of them and kill them. But that's not even the stupidest trap here. Believe you me. There are much worse things going around. For one, the entire time, I need to remind you, as I am in my secret chamber, which is basically a double skeleton spawner, skeletons will be pouring from these vents, showering the party with more and more skeletons. The final 2 traps that I have also prepared already are, if we go down here, then you will spot that this is the most basic trap ever. These are observers looking into redstone ore, on top of which there's carpet. So if you are not paying attention, and if you just run, because this redstone dust also will be covered with carpet. If you run on top of these, then all of these carpets will suddenly disappear, dropping you into lava. Not just dropping you into lava either. I actually made sure that this lava later is... Yeah, you see that dispenser? It has a water bucket in it. So once you drop into the lava, not only can you not escape the lava, but also the lava itself is going to get turned into obsidian and you will not be able to swim out. You will suffocate in the lava because you can't do that in Bedrock Edition. The only way to solve this, well, is actually to stand on these armor stands, because you can see that they have actually a block underneath them. This is actually pretty simple trap to avoid, I think. At the very least, if you have some elytra on you. The final thing I have prepared are these paintings here, which, yeah, you might think that they are also some sort of a, you know, secret entrance and jump in too eagerly. And if you do, well, there's lava traps in here. And if you do, there's nothing in here. And if you do, there's nothing in here. But you might think that this one, with the skeleton in a boat, does have something behind it, because it's bigger and very clearer. And you'll be like, huh? And you'll be, aha! There is something behind here. I wonder what is behind the painting with a skeleton and a boat in it. Yep! Exactly as advertised. And that's for the everything. And if these manage to kill someone, I will eat my own hat, because I'm pretty sure that they are far too basic to take a person's life. But that's not even it, my friends. How do you think, you ask? Are people even supposed to figure this out? If every trap on here leads to the player's untimely demise, well, that's where this room comes in. This is planned to be a secret room in a mansion section. You are only able to access it via this trapdoor here, which also will be under carpet, which we will talk about just a tiny bit later. But after you go through this here, and there's going to be a secret passage, and you resurface here, you'll find, aha! This is interesting. There are redstone blocks inside of a wall, inside of a board. And these redstone blocks, they are activated or not activated. This is where the players will maybe realize that the redstone blocks are pushed in accordance with the traps that are triggered across the mansion. So, for example, we triggered the skeleton trap. Here it is. Here it is. It's activated. The thing is pointing it out. If someone falls into that fall trap, this piston will push the redstone block out. If someone activates the baby zombie trap, this one is. And once all of them are activated, another secret passage in this room will open, revealing a passage to my actual base. And that is how you solve this one, my friends. That, at the very least, is the intended way. I am absolutely willing to bet that people are gonna mess it up and somehow crack the mansion without having to fall into a single trap. Because I'm not that good of a DM, to be completely honest. So, all I have to do is figure out approximately 1 to 3 more traps and just a couple more secret passages. And I'll be golden, right? Shouldn't take long whatsoever. Okay, first and foremost, I will have to figure out this room though, because this is the one where you have to spot this trapdoor. You have to spot it somehow from below the carpet though, so yeah, you tell me how that works. And I'll tell you how that works actually. The way I want this one to be activated is by falling into a trap. Once again, that's where it also actually comes in, because you cannot get into this room here without activating at least one trap and having at least one redstone block shoot out. So this trap will have to do something with something that can destroy the carpets and reveal the secret passage, which I already have lost. That is. So I'm thinking pufferfish, because pufferfish can be dispensed with water, and so I can just have a dispenser with pufferfish somewhere in here. The other thing is that I don't have any pufferfish, I don't have any dispensers, and I barely have any water, so, you know, just a little bit of a hiccup. Okay, this is a this is a little bit of a test for this room. I'm not sure about what I want to do with the entrance, if anything at all. My gut tells me block it off, but honestly, it kind of sounds even a little bit too mean, all things considered. So, the way this room needs to walk is, yep. Sorry, it's hilarious. And this room is supposed to be closed by default, but you walk in, you're like, oh, yeah, it's trapped. And then you open the door, get on the floor, and this thing starts spewing out, flipping everywhere. Yep, that's definitely spewing out. Yeah. Imagine that instead of the spruce wood planks, there are... there are pufferfish water buckets in there. Just for giggles, let's put a regular water bucket. Oh. Well, that's actually not as impressive as I was thinking. But, you know, if there's 9 buckets of, you know, pufferfish in there, then it's much different talk, because it will not cancel itself out. It's supposed to put several of them in the same spot. Although this will begin doing that after a while. Yeah, I better test it with like more than one water bucket, because this here, nice feature for your room, like nice entertainment thing, but entirely not what I was going for. Ooh, my friends, a solution has presented itself, and a solution presented itself just gloriously. Where are the dispensers, I hear you ask? Oh, it's beautiful. It's pure brilliance. So, just for the sake of arguments, closing this door behind us, and oh, me oh my, I am stuck in this room. I should try and get out of here. Please pretend that instead of the salmons, there's like pufferfish everywhere over here. Basically, there is a particular way that this thing worked. Why did we not see the dispensers? Well, because they weren't here. Because dispensers in this version of the game can be easily made to be pushed by pistons. Therefore, what I basically did is I rigged them to be pushed against these redstone blocks to be activated by redstone and to instantly dispense all of the fishes down here. It's beautiful, it's brilliant, I love it, and I'm sure it's gonna be much more vicious once we get some puffers installed. Although I am kind of really alarmed by how non-threatening that salmon was. I mean, there were only 4 of them, and all of them got dispensed, and all of them were here. And yet none of them really touched me, so I don't even know. Maybe I need more puffers, maybe I need more salmon, maybe I need to reset this entire thing all over again, because it is actually a non-resettable, not automatically resettable trap. But it does what it's supposed to do. It does what it's supposed to do. It opens up this hatch over here, and that hatch over there, I mean, it's supposed to go into a secret entrance, but I forgot to dig it out. Okay, I have put down all the buckets of pufferfish, and this room now is perfectly functional, and I absolutely love it. It is walking the way it is intended. You find this room, this door, you open it, but pufferfish falls out of the ceiling, and also water unveils this trapdoor. You drop down, there's a secret passage, you're like, ooh, and this is my favorite thing in the entire situation, is you come here, and instantly one of the redstone blocks is already here, and you realize, oh, this is the count of traps. Now, the reason this is my favorite thing ever is because this one redstone block, because this room is entirely inaccessible without falling for that trap, this redstone block is not even hooked up to anything. It's just always there. It will always be there. You will not arrive here. But now there's a problem. There is a ladder up here, but there isn't a ladder out of here. And you'll be like, oh, but how do I get out? Well, you eventually look around and notice that there's a button. And you click the button, and you panic absolutely. But then, turns out it's just a very weird version of a secret door. Like a super weird one. Because Zloy is weird, and whoever tells you that Zloy isn't weird is probably lying. Sadly, this comes at a very interesting cost, my friends. This puzzle here basically relies on the player's knowledge of that hallway. The reason you are intended, the reason you will be inclined to open the second door here is actually specifically because you would be expecting this to be the hallway further. Naturally, we are subverting those expectations. But we are now hitting a different problem, because this room here, it is entirely inaccessible. Like this hallway, you just aren't here. You just never here. And it's hilarious. Especially because this was planned originally to be one of the main ones. This is where half of the skeletons will go. And at the same time, I'm just realizing that, oh crap. That room does not have a single trap in it, making it also entirely flipping pointless. You can't go there, but there also is no reason to go there. But hey, I have 2 more traps to sort out, as well as to kind of, you know, adjust the flipping TNT switch, because that blew up much more than I tried in the test world. In the test world, TNT did not penetrate the stone bricks whatsoever. It only blew up like a 3x3. Here, it took out flipping everything, and I have no idea why. So I'll be reinforcing this wall quite a bit in the meantime. But I think that's gonna be it for now. Thank you everybody so much for watching. So far, this project is going great, and I cannot wait to see it played. I don't know if I will keep the remaining 2 puzzles as a little bit of a secret, as a little bit of a surprise. You might see them completed in the Truly Bedrock anniversary livestream. You might have seen, because, you know, by the time this video comes out, it will definitely be after. But for now, I just gotta pre-record, and I apologize for that. But that's the only way I'm even running this channel anymore. So, thank you everybody once again for watching. This has been ZloyXP in full Prankus mode. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.